Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today we have a quick review of a Mainline Royal Scot named Old Contemptibles. Now this video has been slightly delayed, so I do apologise, it's coming out on Christmas Eve. However, I do wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I do have lots of videos to come before the end of the year and into New Year. But this is a Mainline locomotive, classic one, that was given to me by my good friend Alfie, and today we'll do a quick review of it. And then have a bit of a running session with it. So we'll start off with the detail, and obviously this is a older locomotive, so this shouldn't take as long, but mainline locos were quite detailed for the time as well, so we'll run through it. Starting at the front, you have separately fitted buffers. They're not sprung or anything, but that's not it's to be expected for a loco of this age. You do have a separately fitted vacuum pipe though, which is pretty good, and it's quite sturdy. Loads of separately fitted handrails across the side of the locomotive and at the front on the smoke box. The mouldy detail looks fantastic, and you do have 6127, which is the running number, and the shed code painted and applied really nicely on the front of the locomotive as well. Have all the yellow lining across the running plate and on the cylinders, the boiler itself, with the lovely maroon colour picked out nicely as well. And I do like the wheels on mainline locos with the shiny silver tyres, which are fantastic. It is a slightly chunkier valve gear and connecting rods, but that's to be expected. Of course, locomotive, loads of moulded detail underneath the boiler, which looks great. It's not obviously high standards, but you wouldn't expect that for a loco this age. And then you do have the nameplate on the side, which says Old Contemptibles, which I'll try and get a view of. There you go. Which actually is picked out quite well for how old it is. It's actually pretty detailed. Wow, that's pretty good. So hopefully you could see that on camera. And then you see you've got loads of riveted moulded detail on the towards the end of the boiler there, which is pretty good. Where the firebox is. And then you have the running number picked out nicely on the back of the locomotive there on the cab, which says 6127. You've got 6P, which is a strength rating, also printed nicely above that. No glazing on the windows, but the actual window shapes themselves are picked out into the moulding, which is pretty good. You have some yellow lining around the outside of the windows, and then you've got the black and the yellow lining around the number there as well. Looks really good. Top of the locomotive, you have some metal safety valves and a metal coloured and painted whistle there, which looks nice. Loads of riveted detail on top of the cab itself, which looks great, and you get it in the half maroon, half black, which looks great as well. So in the actual cab itself, there are little tiny elements of detail. There's no painted detail. God's sake, focus, please. There you go. Nothing super crazy detail, but obviously the moulding is there and picked out the basics, which is pretty good. And the actual riveting and the actual detail itself that's moulded on the back of the cab there between the cab and the tender is pretty good, so that's pretty cool. So we'll now grab the tender and go through that, and then we will get this on the track running. So there is the tender, which is not in focus at all. There we go. So we'll start off by saying the lining as well, which is also painted around the outside, and you do have the black as well, which looks really nice. You have LMS printed really nicely, loads of riveted detail. The moulding on mainline locos in terms of the detail for the moulded detail is great. It's pretty good. The bottom you have the underframe, which looks great, and you've got the yellow lining picked out around there, and the suspension separately painted as well, so it gives it a nice realistic effect. You do have the tender, which also has the lovely shiny silver ties on, which I do like. Towards the back of the locomotive, you have the separately fitted buffers as well. Obviously not sprung, but you do have the separately fitted vacuum pipe and loads of moulded detail with a lamp to go, etc. At the back, and you do have some separately fitted handrails there, which are pretty cool. And then you do have the coal at the top moulded, which is actually not too bad. It actually looks okay. And then you got all the water gubbins at the back there, so nicely moulded and picked out. So that is a slightly brief, I know, but nice quick run through of the detail on Contemptibles. And now we will get it onto the track and do a quick run. So there it is onto the track, and we will just show how this runs at the slower speeds first. Look at those wheels, they do look cool. And basically just see it slow speed. Oh, and the axles on the mainline locos are picked out really nicely. Come on. It cogs a little bit. It's not too bad, but I can't get super slow. Seems to cut out. Yeah, it doesn't really like running at the really slow speeds. Yes, the slow speed is not 100% there, but it is an older locomotive, so it's to be expected. It's not going to be brilliant. I have had some mainline locos that have been insane in the past, though. They're a bit hit and miss, really, with how good the slow speeds are. But at the high speeds, it runs really well. We'll hook some coaches up, and then we'll enjoy it running around for a little while. So there is Old Contemptibles ready to go. Let's get this going. Try and have a smoother start. That was pretty smooth. That was alright. Going slightly faster than usual loco. So I've got the Mark 1 Suburbans out simply for the next loco that will get reviewed, which will be coming very soon. I don't think I've revealed what that will be yet, so but I've just left them out because they'll look really good with that, so just easy in it. But they do look good with this as well because they're a similar colour, so it's pretty cool. It's running well now, it's warmed up anyway. There we go. Seems to run really well for periods and then slow down. Fluctuate. Seems to be running okay now though. Just been having a moment. Well, it is pretty quick though now. Mainline locos function from running quickly. They seem to want to start slowing down. Seems to be running okay now. Sinks like does smell. You can smell it. It smells of old locomotive. Magnificent thing. Does look great. I do like it a lot. I just hope it doesn't down me, but it should be okay, hopefully. Seems to be running absolutely fine now. It is a bit quick, but it's just one of those locos that has to be run nice and fast. Express passenger speed. Yeah, it's a long time now. I think it has its moments. Maybe the controller can't take the power this needs. It needs probably a gauge master or something to run properly with. So we'll get one of those in the new year sometime. Should suit this loco a little bit better. It's running pretty quick now. Speed and power. It is pretty quick. But I do like it. It's nice. There we go. Slow you down, Contemptibles. There we go. So that is the Old Contemptibles locomotive, a Mainline Royal Scot, all reviewed and sorted. So it now joins Sir Frank Ree as the second mainline locomotive in the collection, alongside the Urfix 14X6, which is my other vintage steam loco, and that will probably remain the fleet. I can't see any other older locomotives apart from some Lima diesels. I can't see anything else really old-fashioned coming in now. We do have the older Lord Nelson as well, which is a Batman one, but that's not as old. But two mainline locos, and I'm happy with both of them. I think they're really gorgeous, and they're both LMS 460s as well. There will be a 460 running session very soon, featuring both of those, plus some clips of the two 460s that have left the collection recently, the Standard Class 4 and the Hornby Castle class, Hogwarts Castle, the red one, and it'll feature those at the end. That'll be edited in, and then we also have obviously the newly joined Jones Goods to go in that as well, and all the LMS, other LMS, and all the GWI 460s, because there's quite a lot. So there's loads to take part in that video. So we don't know when that will be yet. I'm going to decide that in the new year. However, until the next video, thank you all for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you very soon for lots more content. Goodbye.